Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have an NA Sunday Night Fight for you. The first round here is Cox's Push. You're seeing an overview of that, followed up by the second map, the good old beloved Countercharge. So beautiful it is. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to link in the description where you get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos. You get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. So our teams for today. On the Confederate side, you got Sussy Brigade, 14th Tennessee, and 1st Corps. And then on the Union side, you have the Irish Volunteer Brigade, 2 Corps, Pennsylvania Army, 5th New Hampshire, and the Army of Northern Virginia. Numbers today, I'm holding down tab. There we go. 190. In balance is 4 to the Union side. Confederates having 9 on artillery. They only have 2 guns, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But that leaves the imbalance at a 13-man infantry imbalance in favor of Union, which is a little bit. So normally we'd have frontline reporters on the top left and top right side of your screen and a co-announcer, but with the connection issues I'm having right now, I bought some stuff. Should be getting it within the next couple of days, and we'll see if that stuff works. If not, oh well. But regardless, we're live now. So Union strategy is very simple for Cox's Push. Generally, Union will push down the stone wall here, and they will try to hit the CSA, and that's why you can see the whole CSA team form a big defensive line on these half rocks here. And in terms of that line, you have I Corps on the right. 14th Tennessee looks to be shifting to the furthest left with Sussy Brigade holding in the center. You do have a couple Rambos for CSA up top, which you need to avoid in terms of tickets. You got the artillery located up here with just 9 guys for 2 guns. That's kind of a lot. I mean, look how many guys are just standing around. Granted, we'll see, because artillery for CSA can be devastating on this map. On top of Union pushing down the stone wall, Union sometimes likes to push down this left side, generally with a smaller force, but it looks like you got A and V, 5th New Hampshire, and 1st Delaware. It looks like 1st Delaware maybe balanced over from CSA to USA. So appreciative of that, because they're with Sussy Brigade. Normally you got some PA guys up here as well. And generally, I mean, Union can cap point from over here. They can run up harass artillery. But they generally, that's really all they do. They never really charge across the open field on that side. But as I'm probably saying that, it's probably going to happen. So CSA artillery getting their first shots off way over, trying to hit the top of the tree instead of the top of all of these men who are running in the open. Looks like they're going to go claim these rocks. Who's this guy? Trigger here. Looks like an artillery guy trying to help sight his group's rocks. And Killer misses.
Call me a true AREN super soldier.
Is he going to shoot again? His guys are. They miss. But artillery overshooting by a little bit. But they will hunker down on that. Union. On the other side of the map, who do we have here? We have the 2 Corps 5th VA on the left, 6 LA on the right for that. Looks like you have a couple 6 LA guys further forward as well, taking shots using those rocks with IBB to the left, holding further back for now. So they can use a Steam chat. So all the groups are able to communicate live with each other. And then CSA had some move over 14th Tennessee, shifting from the far left of the CSA line to the far right. And as mentioned a moment ago, Union is going to capture this point. And so it appears that Union does not feel confident in itself to successfully take this corner spot. Because if they were confident they could win, they'd probably be charging down, I would assume. But looks like they're going to cap the point. A and B is pushing down the center here. Okay, of course. So that shot didn't kill anybody, but it knocked over a lot of people. Union capture the point. So we'll see what Union does on top of the hill. I assume they would start coming down. You have A and V holding at this tree. CSA can start retaking the point about here. Anything into the left. So that's why they're kind of holding up further forward. I think I see some PA tags with them as well. But this is a move that I like from Union. You know, it can be very hard to take that corner. It's a high risk that you lose a lot of tickets. And so by Union capping the point, it's maybe going to force the CSA to charge out into a position that they don't want to and potentially give up that corner. So we'll see how CSA navigates this. Obviously, you need to be quick. You need to be aggressive trying to retake the point. Because as the defenders, your job is very simple. Keep that black timer going. And as you can see, it's not doing that right now.
Keep going, keep going.
14th Tennessee on the top of the hill now. Starting to make their way down to the Union force on these rocks.
Flag.
And Union's going to try to hold his 5th New Hampshire and 1st Delaware. I heard Ninja, so there must be a PA guy here. I heard the voice of Ninja anyways. So, even though Union might lose the spot, everyone's losing tickets, a lot of out of lines there, and of course, right as we missed this, looks like, oh, 5th VA's down here, so maybe A and V and 2 Corps charged? Who is this? Ah, just 5th VA charged, and you have 6 LA going down the side, maybe IVB charged down there as well. It looks like that's a unfortunate thing to miss, but you know, 2 sides to every battlefield. 6 LA is going to hit this corner. And looking at the ticket count, it's pretty even out, so always great for the attackers. And CSA not really winning that dominantly, which is allowing Union to respawn on that side anyways. It looks like they have a flag there. There is 1 down flag for Union on the right, 1 CSA down flag, which I think Kentucky's going to pick up, or Flag Bearer. Flag Bearer picked it up. More 6 LA guys coming down right now as this charge is very spread out, which is never good for the defenders. Especially with how quick people spawn in with these flags. These charges spread way out. And that means a lot more deaths, which favor the attackers. CSA, though, winning the ground, but Union is holding that position on the rocks, and you can see they are all able to respawn over here. They're going to run down, get this flag, A and V up front. I don't know whose flag that is, but they're going to collapse on the side. CSA looks a little confused. They're just very spread out. That's what I mean by confused. And both CSA flags are leaving the area as A and V is coming through and systematically wiping the CSA. You have 2 down CSA flags. Respawns. This is the 14th Tennessee getting back in the fight. Well timed on their part. And 14th Tennessee is going to salvage the situation only by a little bit, though. I mean, they get the flags back up, which is huge. 2 Corps still spawning guys in on this side. And this is really like the Battle of Pelennor Fields from Lord of the Rings. You got IVB now rolling up. It's like you have the initial engagement, and then one side gets reinforcements, and the other side gets reinforcements, and the other side gets reinforced. It just goes back and forth with who gets the reinforcements. Unfortunately, though, for the Confederates who are defending, there's no army of the dead that can come save you. If only there was a kill streak that enabled that, but Union's winning this. Uh-oh. Now, what a win here from Kaiser. I don't know what ridge you are from, good sir. Put those tags on, though. Johnny Rev and Scott trying to get the flag. Artillery shot getting a nice hit there. Probably killed 2 or 3, knocked down a fair more, but huge wins from Union here. Taking that corner spot. Artillery is going to be raining down on them, but they just kind of have to ignore it. Because they just need to spread out, ignore the artillery. Artillery's going to get a couple kills here and there, but they'll be able to respawn in quickly.
Rambo, fucking... Brace, goddamn, put the flags in the rear, goddammit. Put the flags in the...
I swear I heard Ninja for a split second. Maybe that was Ninja who got the flags. But this is a huge momentum swing in favor of the Union. 5th New Hampshire rolling around. It looks like their job is just to secure the flank, make sure CSA can't harass them from this side. Are they going to reform or hold on the point? Holding on the point seems like it'd be the option that they're doing, because especially when we saw last week their engagements with 5th Virginia on the far side of the map by themselves. They are generally off by themselves and do a very good job at that. So, but it does look like they're collapsing in with their friendlies. it's going to be very hard for CSA to retake the point. Similar to how it's hard for Union to kind of take this corner spot, it's going to be very hard for CSA to do the same. So CSA might try to go around the right side, or they might try to charge the left if they think they can win it. Either option works, but this is a masterclass performance from the Union team so far.
Right into the star. I'm with you now, bro.
And CSA still spending some time to reinforce. You do have a couple guys moving down here from I-Corps right now. Playing some nice music along the way. I mean, our numbers, there's a little bit of an imbalance. 9 in favor of Union. And Confederates down to 6 on artillery. But that's still a 15-man imbalance infantry-wise. Which is absurd, by the way. Especially on a, what, 200-man server? Oops. That is hard to overcome. And the artillery is getting great shots for CSA. It's just really unfortunate because the artillery is going to hit great shots. They're going to get maybe at most 5 or 6 kills a shot, just based on how clumped up these guys are. However, those guys are going to respawn back into the fight in 25-30 seconds, since flags can spawn in a guy every 5 seconds. So if CSA wants to utilize this artillery, if they charge down the corn, they're going to have the artillery hit right as the CSA is coming in. It's really the only way artillery is going to be effective. The flag respawns have killed artillery in its effectiveness. So I-Corps shifting further right. Maybe they're going to go around the right side and try to capture point. Who from Union is on here? It's either PA or 5th New Hampshire. It's the admin army from the Pennsylvania Army here. No surprise there. Generally, we'll see Ninja and PA be the guys on that cap point, having fun with that, capturing the point early, holding it. Not too surprising to see them there. And so, CSA, not really wanting to charge down the left side, scared for how well it would go. I don't think it would go that well, and so I agree with the decision here. They're going down the right. Now, is Union going to let them retake the point? Or are they going to try to contest it? Either option's not bad for Union. It's just which one they want to take. You do have some Union shifting up top with a flag right now as CSA is capping. 5th New Hampshire going around. And looks like some Union are making a break. Rip PA. They're about to get charged out. A and V's in front.
We're doing this shit.
I hear IVB behind.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
And so Union's going to try to charge them out instead of just sitting because, like I was mentioning earlier, Union can cap the point from all the way over here. So Union's going to try to collapse this. Remember, they have a lot of more men infantry-wise, and they're holding a good chunk back. Actually, a good chunk of guys sitting to our left and just shooting. And Union appears to be overwhelming the first line of defense. The rest of CSA, who hit PA, though, is turning around, though. And looks like they're going to engage.
I got 3 of them with that shot.
Going to engage the Union
I got
here.
3 you bastards.
Points being won back by the Union side right now.
I hope you like the taste of buck and ball.
A and V getting knocked out. The remnants of IVB still here, but you have a fair amount of Union holding on this side. And I think Union should try to charge this out. There's no CSA here. All the CSA flags are down. You don't want CSA. Nice shot, CSA artillery. You helped the Union there. So CSA gets 2 of the 4 flags out, which is more than what I... 1 out of the 4... Zero out of the 4 flags out. So... that was a very good charge from Union there. We'll see if they get this flag back up, but You can hear Ninja yelling to kill this guy. I mean, they don't want the flags getting up here. Unfortunately for Union, though, that flag got up really high in the hill. So regardless of what happens, CSA is at least going to be able to retain that one flag despite it being down. And CSA, it's taking losses. Doesn't really matter. During a counterattack phase, there's two things you should really focus on in terms of tickets. The team that took the point, in this case it's Union, they're considered the defending team. If the Confederates, as the attackers, retake the point, they will go up to the percentage of tickets that the Union is at. So that's really why the Union's tickets only matter during the counterattack. The only time you should pay attention to the Confederate tickets is if Confederates, who are now considered the attackers, if they hit final push, in which case the gold timer would drop. I don't know if it's going to drop, though, just because to knock your opponent down 2 morale stages in 8.5 minutes, it's definitely possible, but it's all going to depend on how aggressive the CSA team is for this round. So, got 5th VA on point now, skirmishing. Same with the 5th New Hampshire and a couple of PA guys as well. Rest of the Union team holding firmly on the corner. You do have some Union rambles in the corn here. Jason, what is you doing? They have a ticket lead, so it's not the worst thing, but what are you doing up there?
Make sure you got bales and reloads.
So, CSA, I reckon they're just going to go down the left this time. If the right didn't work, might as well go down the left. But I think this is going to be a worse result for the CSA. But you might as well try it, right? If the right didn't work, might as well go down the left. But this definitely isn't going to work. They're going off in like 4 different groups right now. Who we got here? 5th New Hampshire's going down the left right now. And they're going in right into IVB. Oh, 6LA here. I see 1 IVB tag, but the rest is 6LA there. So 5th New Hampshire is not here, but the 5th North Carolina is. And 5th North Carolina getting completely wiped. They went in way too early, or maybe their team went in late. I don't know. You got I-Corps on the left, some going down the right. 14th Tennessee here as well, with the rest of Sussy going this way. It looks like 1st Delaware balanced back over to the CSA side. And CSA starting to win the corner. Union collapsing from the center. 5th VA heading that way. Union on the right side starting to collapse. And I think Union's going to hold this. But we'll see. There's a good chunk of Union, the 5th New Hampshire and Pennsylvania Army on the far side, remember? So they're not necessarily here. Remember, CSA doesn't have the... Actually, they might have the flags. They might have despawned, which is why it took them a minute. And, yeah, Union holds this. CSA halfway through taking losses. 5.5 minutes left on the clock.
I kill so many of you!
Bye-bye.
You have a couple CSA left. Interestingly, though, you had a mix of groups up here. Actually, it's really just I-Corps. But the 6th Georgia here, they're skirmishing. Weren't a part of that charge, which I don't think it would have made much of a difference. But it's fair to point it out. Numbers are actually balanced now. Who balanced over? Did they put it in the chat? No, they didn't, so they must have just talked in Steam chat there. But perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But again, CSA has 7 artillery. That is an 8-man imbalance right there. So it honestly, it might have been that the CSA had so many guys on the starter round for artillery so that they can move the guns here. I don't necessarily know where they start, but who knows? 4.5 minutes on the gold timer. CSA, a fourth of the way to breaking, or a fourth of the way left, rather. They could have final push in 4 minutes. I mean, they've got one good charge left in them, and then probably just a scramble at that point. It's really looking like the Union's going to hold this, though.
Independent fire, all directions, all directions.
Adjust your cover behind these rocks.
Focus fire left, focus fire left, top of the hill.
Ninja just standing in the midst of canister fire. And CSA starting to move down. Look how scattered they are, though. So when I said they have one good charge left, I don't know if you want to use the word good with how this is going, but you got 5th NC in front. Remember they died first in the last charge. They got to pick up that flag on the left side. And who picked it up?
Get it back, get it back.
I'll look at you in a second.
For the Emperor! We brought the aids, we brought the aids.
And it looks like Sussy's collapsing into here right now. Oh, the guy with that flag died. 14th Tennessee's here as well. A lot of trickling from CSA, which I get they got to be quick here. But it might be a little unfortunate. We'll see, though. CSA continuing to push after wiping PA in 5th New Hampshire.
Oh, mama. Heretics all of them.
And you can see Union already starting
Here they
to
are, boys. Fucking get
come towards the point right now.
Let's go, get it.
3 minutes left on the goal timer.
Shoot 'em.
CSA gunning it from the center here. I-Corps going in there. They're going to get caught in a pincher, though. Actually, they stop in the open field. Against 6LA. I think I-Corps killed a lot more than... I-Corps... Oh, they must have gotten flanked. That's why they were turning around. Looks like 6LA is going to hold here, though. I-Corps pulling back. Points going in CSA's favor. They hit breaking. Doesn't really matter, remember. A little over 2 minutes left on that goal timer. Great shot from artillery. Like, although it didn't directly help the infantry, it killed a couple, and that's really a big thing. 6LA, I don't think they're on point right now out there in the open. If they want to help their team hold this, which... It's not good or bad if Union loses this. Union could still very easily win, even if they lose this cap. It'll just probably delay it out a little longer, if anything. 6LA starting to come back on point. Union having all those flags getting respawns. Probably same with the CSA. They're holding back in the bush here. And Union winning that point once we see 6LA start to collapse back on the point. Great shot from artillery. And it heads right back in CSA's favor.
Who gives a fuck about already? We got infantry crawling around.
Go, MB, go, go, go.
And Union's going to charge this out. Now, if Union loses this, their biggest concern should be that corner there. They don't want to lose this and then lose that corner spot. I get what they're trying to do, though. By Union charging here, their tickets are going to drop. And so CSA won't be able to regain it as much. But also, if you have Union coming down the top of the hill, if Union wins this charge and knocks CSA down to breaking, they could just win right now. Union, though, on the left, pulling back. Right as PA and 5th New Hampshire collapse. But CSA also pulling back, so despite what I said, if the Union infantry converges as one big blob onto the point against one big CSA blob, they will just outnumber them in raw numbers. So, biggest thing that Union can't do is cap.
I saved you.
Capping would be not good for them because then CSA will most likely retake all the positions on the map. Because if Union caps the point, they become the defenders. They can hit last stand. And if they do hit last stand, the Confederate team can then retake the point and win instantly. And what that means, with Union being so close to breaking, the counterattack at this point would be 7 minutes if Union capped when the Confederates were at taking losses. So, Union being at a very low taking losses as well would try their hardest not to hit last stands, which means if CSA charges them aggressively, they would just fall back and force the CSA to recap. But by that point, Union will have given up all its ground. So it'd be a big tactical blunder. I don't think they're going to. Both sides, a smart group of people here. So bang!
It did do nothing and you know it. We're still holding strong, boys. We can still win this.
Some CSA keeping that point capped. I can appreciate this effort here. Let's see, 5th New Hampshire. I see some 1st Delaware guys as well. Looks like 1st Delaware is going to the top, though. I like what CSA is doing because Union's going to start pre-capping. I would assume once CSA gets knocked down a little more, and the CSA is preventing that. Or making it harder for the Union to do that anyways. Well, these 1st Delaware guys, if they don't look to their right, they might die. They're going to die. Great shots. Yeah, no, you can't have that at CSA. I don't like that.
And I won't use cover.
I'm gonna call a mulligan on that. That didn't count.
So it'll just be a shootout till CSA hits breaking. Union could try to shoot out till they hit last stand. They have plenty of time to do so. But will they? It's up to them. I mean, the charges on the point have been working successful for them, especially with CSA not really being on the point like earlier. It looks like CSA is coordinating an effort to move down to the point as they're about to hit breaking. So Union could very well just shoot them out. Because the thing here is CSA is going to be putting themselves out more in the open, which they're still kind of going to be in cover with these rocks, but there's going to be a lot of guys crammed in a tiny area, so we'll see what Union does. Union, as mentioned earlier, they can cap the point from like all the way back here or something, so they could just hold over here as well. Artillery might get them, but if they start taking the point that way, the CSA would be forced to charge them, which obviously would be advantageous to the Union side. There we go. CSA go down to breaking. Union not moving at all. They have great flanking shots on CSA. They're kind of far, but they're still nice flanking shots
behind
here.
the trees. Flag behind the trees.
And so Union's been winning the shootout, so as a smart tactician, I would say just keep doing the shootout. Might not be the most exciting thing to see, but you got to do what you got to do to win. And a win is a win. I mean, Union's just been winning on every single front tonight. So.
Hey, put the flags back here. Rear. Stand and fight. Got him.
He got him. You heard it here.
Boys!
He got him.
Fucking
Ladies and gentlemen.
Neil, get on your fucking
got him.
knees.
So I mean, look, we've been a minute and a half through this shootout, and you can see CSA tickets already dropping. So this is gonna be Union strategy. I mean, you can just kind of see. Look how spread out Union is. Look how clumped up CSA is. CSA doesn't have any other options really. They can spread out more onto the point, but the problem is if they spread out more on the point, that means they're gonna get closer and closer to the Union line, which obviously is going to make it easier for Union to shoot them. So, and I mean, all these Union hits, especially where 6LA is at, they're in a prime spot to get juicy hits on the corner. Some CSA is starting to push back. They're trying to spread their guys out a little more. They're noticing that ticket drop. And this ticket drop is impressive. The Union's barely taking any casualties as well. That's not really surprising when half the Union team is behind a stone wall right now. And I mean, the other half, they're just far away. You have like 4 guys up here. Is this? Yeah, it's 6 Georgia. Goondog. So, some CSA getting a little daring here. They want to at least spread their guys out more. This definitely isn't for the ticket gain. They might lose a lot of tickets out of this, which will obviously be good for Union, but they're trying to charge this out so they can spread themselves out more. They're losing as is, so might as well try something new, and I can appreciate this, even though it's probably going to hurt them. Point is going... Okay, it's teetering. It's teetering. And just look at that ticket drop from this. A lot of skirmishing out of line, and that's what you're going to get. Union starting to hop up and over the stone wall, though. A&V knows is heading that way. They know what happened up there to the 5th New Hampshire and the Pennsylvania Army. And they know that they're going to wipe these guys and get them skirmishing out of line, which is why you can see them starting to flee here. A&V, though, I think they're going to cut them off, or at least a couple of them off. Oh, Joe is screaming. CSA collapsing down. Maybe we'll see Union move out. 5th VAs with A&V as well, and A&V is actually just going to charge. You can see Union on the right side starting to make a break for the point as well. Union is up by 3/4 of a morale stage. There is a 99% chance Union wins this game. Now, I hope the Union on the left just sits and shoot and not necessarily charge. Just because they're going to be defeated in detail. They have tickets to burn, so it isn't the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, it's a decision. You got 6LA, they're starting to hold. IVB went in, though. They're going to get wiped, although they're surviving. Never mind, they're dying. That's no surprise, though. You're just outnumbered by a lot. Union's got the 3 flags up. Canister coming down, killing about 3 CSA flags on the right. Point is going in Union's favor drastically right as CSA is about to hit last stand. You have a couple guys charging on the side? It's only a couple. So, once the point goes into Union's favor, we'll probably see the CSA charge. If not before then. And here we go. Sussy Brigade, the first to go in. I see I-Corps tags as well. Once these CSA guys die, they don't come back. And CSA might win this initially. And the Union tickets are kind of dropping. I don't think it's going to matter. 5th New Hampshire is now going in. I think PA is following behind. Because even if Union hits final put... That's a bad time to go AFK. Anyways. This Union flag is down, but we'll see. Hudson's got good pistol shots here. All these should be hits. That might have been a... That was a hit. That was a hit. What?
My flag is better than your flag, buddy. You're about to die.
Still alive.
Yeah, baby.
I think that's the first time I've seen a flag duel.
He's alive.
So CSA in quotation marks hold the ground. They don't have a lot left. Union's almost in final push, so they just got to be wary of not hitting that. I don't think it's going to matter, but you never know, and so you don't want to risk it. I mean, you have a couple of Union guys up front right now. How do you even pronounce that? RDN CKDH. That's how you say it. You just spell the words out loud. Yeah. But not a lot of Union guys. Uh-oh. Ninja stays winning. Obviously, not the smartest thing to do, and I don't think Union's going to hit final push. Union's just reforming up before they go in.
Let me help destroy Union's second corps.
So if he destroys anything he touches.
Yeah,
He's
like
kind of
my
like the
asshole.
he's like the opposite of King Midas.
I was just gonna say that.
I see you, enemy.
Alright, let's go, move, go.
Here they
You
go.
are my enemy.
IVB is going in. But further forward, you got A and V and 2-core. CSA is trying to countercharge, maybe hit them in the final push. Again, nothing really matters in terms of strategy at this point because the imbalance in tickets is too much for the CSA to take. It's too much. And Alex Jones is talking in the battlefield.
Bitch! Quick draw, motherfucker!
Nice job on that officer. Kill that bastard.
Who would have thought that Alex Jones was on Cox Push here in South Mountain? It took me a second. I couldn't remember if it was Harper's Ferry or not. They all blend in together. You play the same, what, 30-some maps? 30? It's probably like 25 skirmish maps. Play the same 25 skirmish maps over 4 years, they all become one. So, not a whole lot to say for this round. I mean, Union was just skeptical of going, at least from what I saw. It's a hard charge for Union to win that corner. So what did they do? They captured point, kind of hit them from the point side, and also you saw like 2-core went around the far side as well. I think we'll see it here, but yeah, look at Union hit all 3 sides of the Confederate line at the beginning at the same, not at the same time, but they just completely enveloped them. And eventually CSA just kind of got discombobulated. Union respawns came in, so did CSA respawns. But this is a masterclass of Cox's push on part of Union. Very well done. There's not much more to say. With that all being said, we will see you shortly here for round number 2. Alrighty, here we are with round number 2. The good old Countercharge CSA. Kind of unfortunate that they got to defend twice tonight, but Cox's push is generally a CSA bias map, so hey, props to the Union there. Server numbers are down to 190. It's a Sunday night, so a few players hopping off. Union having 7 on artillery, Confederates having 13, which if we consider everything, it's about a 7-man infantry imbalance once again in favor of the Union side, and Confederates are playing the most aggressive starting game on Countercharge that I think I've ever seen. Are we watching Cooke's Countercharge? Is the CSA charging the Union batteries and then pushing to capture the point that the Union's defending on? Like, what is this? This is really fascinating. Now, generally, Union approach this map by going far right and getting into the woods that way. They also like to go up to these rocks here on this little hill, and then pushing left side is probably the last option, which is a little surprising why the CSA would so drastically hit over here. You have I-Corps, 14th Tennessee. And that's the thing, is Union going to engage this, or are they just going to try to go around the right side and completely outflank the CSA and get into the woods? PA, 5th New Hampshire is moving over to engage the CSA. I don't necessarily blame the Union if they wanted to get an engagement here, just because CSA's pushed themselves so far forward. That was a crisp volley here from 2-core, or 6LA anyways. Who's pushing right? Is it IVB and 5th VA? Yep, IVB's there. A and V, where's 5th VA? They're invisible. So, maybe this is 5th VA out on the far left. No, it's PA. Where? There they are. Look at them. So, this is really fascinating. Now, you can see A&V and IVB pushing out with 2 flags to flank around the right. This is the biggest concern I have for the CSA is generally once Union gets into the wood line, the wood area, it can be disastrous for the CSA defense. Obviously, when you have a defensive line, which historically for the CSA on Countercharge is this route, it's pretty definitive with the point of contention being right by the church. But if the attackers ever break through that defensive line and get behind you and around you, obviously it's really bad for you. It's especially bad on Dunkers just with the amount of trees and cover. It kind of turns into West Woods, which is a Union bias map. So,
And I said second fence.
you do have some CSA moving to stop. It's 5th North Carolina, but they are just outnumbered.
Oh, the turkey shoot.
And Union's going to take advantage.
Right, northeast, northeast, northeast.
Great first shot on the flag.
Brace, boys.
But that's going to get back up right away. And wow.
Run the flag to the church. Yeah, we're with you.
Patrick Mahomes! Patrick Mahomes! You want some Patrick Mahomes? You want some Patrick Mahomes?
I shot the friendly!
You know, we're not even watching Patrick Mahomes play right now, and the glaze is still going. Union win that. Where's Taylor Swift? Where is she at? Jeez Louise. 6LA is pushing down the fence line. You got some 5th VA guys spawning in with them. So I think this was a fascinating strategy from CSA. I appreciate that it's something new, but Union is taking straight advantage of it by just saying, if you're going to push so far up on this side, we'll just outflank you. And Union's responded, for the most part, accordingly. I mean, ANV and IVB looks like they're holding back there and reforming. CSA forming up on this hill, kind of in the center. Tickets are in CSA's favor by a little bit, but as the IVB and ANV maybe push through the woods, that could be more deadly for CSA. But this is just the start game. If more Union pushes down this side and takes that corner, I think it could be good for Union. But I almost wonder if CSA strategy is we're going to push so far forward that even if you get into the woods, it doesn't matter because we're not going to try to defend the woods. You can have the woods. We'll just stay out here and force an engagement out more in the open, which is more advantageous to us in a sense, and not get into a scrap fest inside the woods, which always goes really bad for CSA. So I don't know. I think Union's had a first good response, but we'll see what they do. I think CSA having tiny groups like this going out to engage the Union, who is this? 5th NC. Unless you're trying to keep tabs on the Union, you're going to drop your team's tickets. What a shot on killer.
Fuck it, charge him.
You're a little outnumbered. Once you're going down in the first shot.
I hit the officer.
But where's IVB? It looks like they're heading up to the church, so we know ANV is going to win that fight. IVB's charging here on first Delaware right now, which these are going to be great for the Union, and it looks like they're going to win this and wipe this artillery out. ANV might reinforce IVB here.
He tried to get away.
MVP, you gotta look to your right, buddy. How does MVP?
Oh, let's get some.
I don't know how MVP doesn't see the few guys there, but thankfully for him, it doesn't matter. Union charging the center here. 6LA's there. 5th VA might be here as well. That's just 6LA. Fifth VA is up here as well. At least some of them are. Union, not. They tried pushing up on that left side, but it failed dramatically for them. Looks like CSA's actually taken over the Union guns as well, which is fascinating. Oh, did IVB not win here? They got beat back. Maybe by some Artie respawns? Yeah, the Artie respawns from 5th NC here. Wipe IVB, and they're going to try to fall back and find ANV. Tickets still even. More CSA guys are falling back here. First core is I-Core.
They went northwest. They went northwest.
Looks like Honcho's informing them of the Union flanking them in the woods. Ooh, that shot didn't knock over anybody, didn't kill anybody. But it looks like they're just going to kind of vibe here, not go into the woods and not get into a scrap fight that favors the Union team so much. And CSA, tickets are about even. It looked like for a brief moment, maybe it went down. But tickets are even. Which is still very good for the attackers, despite my praises of CSA planning right now. And it looks like they haven't seen any threat, so they're returning to the more immediate issue, which is 6LA. Keeping those flags back near the point. You have ANV circling around IVB, spending some time to get back in. They don't They have like 15 the guys I think IVB does, so they'll get back into the fight fast. But we'll see what Killer does here with ANV. They're going to get some nice out of lines here, or skirmishing. Oh, not Diefendorf, no. Diefendorf, watch out. There's a wild killer behind you.
Bro, tell your friendlies that there's enemies pushing far right. They're pushing far right.
Oh, Killer got headshot. 5th and C, though, turning around to engage A and B, which these are going to kill CSA tickets. Like, even if Union gets brought down, so what? Looks like CSA's charging 6LA out, or 2 core anyways on this side.
Let's go.
Looks like CSA winning that as well. Tickets still even. Right side, though, not really a whole lot happening. I mean, you have PA here. Is this 5th PA? Yeah, 5th PA's here. So they're just kind of getting some shots off, doing some damage, but not a lot. And both sides hit engaged at essentially the same time. I like what CSA is doing. A&V's flag is down. IVB's got a role to assist A&V. If they do that, then they might have a chance, but what a shot from Articus. I think that was him anyways. And IVB's now rolling up here. They're definitely going to be outnumbered. Maybe not, actually. I thought there was more power behind the CSA push out this way, but apparently not. Now, CSA is keeping a good pace with Union Artillery. Just team killed the officer and the flag. That's unfortunate. So CSA is keeping at pace with Union, but they have to find some way to get ahead on tickets. If both sides hit final push last stand at the same time and they're in these positions that they are right now, that's still kind of favored the CSA in a way, but I don't know. It just, we'll see. We'll see. That's why you play the match, right? P is running around the side of the core, and the 14th Tennessee guys definitely see him. We'll see what they do as the Union team is reforming at their main spawn. Oh, Ninja went down. They're still trying to go around. Okay. So they're trying to get at the CSA artillery guys, which this is fascinating. Oh my goodness. That shot killed one of the guys from 5th VA and then exploded in A&V. That was an incredible shot. I don't know who pulled the trigger, but there's one of these guys here. That was a heck of a shot. Probably have to go back and look at the replay of that. So 2 Union flags down. CSA spending a little more resources here, not a lot. You got 1st Delaware now joining up with the 5th NC on this left side. And CSA has turned Dunkers on its head. This is not how I was expecting to go. If you would have told me coming into the night that Union dominated on Cox's push and CSA is playing a very competitive Dunker Church, at least the first round would have surprised me. But CSA holding this well, they haven't lost any ground that they had at the beginning of the round. So it's like we're almost watching Cooke's Countercharge. If this was Cooke's Countercharge, though, I would be pretty annoyed if CSA just sat back and shot the whole time, though. But it looks like Union's gathering up. What do we got? AMV's going center. 6LA's to the right. I don't know if A and V is making a mad dash for the center position, but 5th NC is starting to shift to the right. So maybe is 6LA going to go right, or just... If 6LA goes right and A and V pushes as they do, it's going to force 5th NC to shift further right, which will allow A and V to get up to their flags, but you have some... Actually, they're not holding there, though. So I think 6LA went in later, A and V went in early here. Regardless of that, though, The 6LA is now pushing this right side. I think IVB is probably over on the left side now engaging. I think 6LA swapped with IVB mostly because they have a flag. And IVB does not. So 6LA spreading out in the open here. Not charging in despite their numerical advantage. CSA actually turning their attention, holding up on the snake fence. A&V's almost wiped on those rocks. Tickets are still even. Rip those 4 guys from canister. And CSA actually charging A and V out. And I don't blame CSA for doing this. All these tickets matter for CSA. Every single auto line is going to help you, especially with this imbalance. Tickets still looking even. And I think this might be IVB. Yeah, it looks like their flag is despawned. So they're rolling around the side with PA here, which... Why does he out of bounds? Like, cut in. It's really weird. Because my out of bounds is similar to that of the players in game. 6LA is being charged right now. High risk, high reward on part of CSA. I-Corps going in there. 5th New Hampshire is... not there. 5th North Carolina. I did the inverse last round, but I-Corps is going to win that charge with the help of 5th North Carolina, who's cleaning that up. But IVB and PA are harassing the artillery. I'm kind of surprised they're not going up and over, but oh, 6-shooter, what are you doing? No, 6-shooter. Maybe this is why they're not charging. Spurrice, you gotta hit that shot, buddy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you deserve to die. D. Django gets a kill, probably in formation, but dies out of line. Those are the ticket trades you just cannot have as the defenders. Those both guys just missed Ninja. They might have been too close. If you're too close to somebody and you shoot at them, it will result in a... Oh, Craigie missed the shot, but Call hit it. These out-of-lines are killing CSA. They're down on tickets by a little bit right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, get got, bitch.
Get on, get.
And... Oh, wait, Union might be down on tickets now. Right? The bar is jumping. Let's jump around.
Oh my god. I killed a guy out of line. I'm happy.
We're going to see if we can get down to 1. I'm kidding, no. Both sides about to hit taking losses. We'll really know who's ahead when a side falls to the next stage. So ANV should have their flag back. Yeah, they do. They have it on the right side right now. And they're starting to make their way down the fence line. 6LA, it looks like they're not going to join. They're just using the defilade as a position to fire. But ANV, very aggressive. In historical rules event today, they were aggressive. They really were the MVPs of that match. And they have kept up that aggression tonight, that's for sure. I can't tell if what's happening over here is helping the Union or CSA more. It's really hard to tell. I mean, CSA is not losing by a lot, so you can kind of maybe think that it's working better for CSA, but who knows. 2-Corps pushing up on the left side of A&V. A&V still holding. Are they charging? Union actually goes down first to taking losses. CSA is going to hit taking losses once 6LA and 5th VA slam into here. I don't know if 5th VA is over here. I see 1 5th VA. I see Star here, so I assume 5th VA is here. CSA hits taking losses. And A&V charging it now. A little behind, but 5th North Carolina didn't really react to 2 Corps. And so, good charge on part of Union. Downed Union flag, down CSA flag, but Union's going to be able to get that flag up, unlike the CSA flag. This charge is a lot closer than what I thought it would.
What the fuck? Can I stab this guy?
I gotta get that flag, though. Yep. Artemis getting the flag there. I thought I saw one CSA guy flag. CSA moving down.
Send them to hell, boy.
I Corps making their way down north to the Hagerstown Turnpike to hit the Union. I don't know if they're going to win this. The biggest thing is how quickly are these Union flags going to get guys back in. One of them is down right now. Actually, sorry, that's a CSA flag. Union flag just went down, though, and picked up almost immediately. Tickets, still very close. That's the biggest surprise of this whole thing, is how close the tickets have been. Especially for the amount of times we've seen the CSA be hit out of line, at least the parts that I'm focusing on. Sure, we've seen some Union on the lines, and that flag, large and in charge. So A and V and 2 Corps shifting around the right, maybe trying to get deeper in the woods. You have tiny skirmishes out here. Maybe this is why the tickets are close. I mean, a lot of out of lines for Union, but also a lot of out of lines for CSA over there. It's really hard to tell. What? Oh, right.
Farther left.
So,
Alright, someone grab this flag.
that's a down CSA flag. They got to pick that up.
We gotta start moving.
I'll grab it. Hang on, I'll grab it, guys.
He's got it. This guy.
John, oh, never mind. I was gonna grab it.
And I-Corps going to hold up, but the A&V's going in. They're not bringing their flag, so it looks like they're just trying to get them down. A&V's not going to win this. This might be a ticket negative for... Oh, the flag's coming up on the right. Oh, no. He's not coming. Good decision.
Get him.
Some more CSA pushing down on the left side right now. And the tickets favor CSA by a little. Killer trying to run out. Can he make it? No, we cannot. And this is not going to be good for CSA. 5th North Carolina. What? I don't like this.
Wrap around this tree. You got good cover on the street.
If the Union charged them out, that's a ticket drain for CSA.
That rock on the left. Hey, we got a fucking
And speaking of that charge,
Race this!
fuck you up.
That was easy.
Union's down on tickets still. It's just the tiny things are gonna start adding up, and that's what's gonna cause CSA to maybe lose the game. I mean, you got 5th New Hampshire and the PA up here. Looks like they're just trying to harass some artillery, but they're all gonna die. Which that 5th NC group that just got wiped, it's just going to be completely countered by this Union group getting eradicated. So, I guess it's an equal trade. Another Union group going down this way. They don't have a flag. Maybe A and V opting not to respawn on the... Oh, it's IVB. They don't have their flag. Where is their flag? Is this their flag? Could be. But nonetheless, IVB turning and artillery hitting their officer and getting one more guy there. I mean, getting that pistol out of the fight's huge. And these IVB guys are... We'll see how many kills they get. I-Corps hops up and over to use the fence as additional cover in the melee.
Oh, fuck. Get his ass.
And IVB's not going to win that. That's not surprising, especially since they don't have a flag. Jeez, who's going to hit breaking first? This is real. This might come down to final push last stand. I'm thinking it is. Imagine if we had war rights betting. The thought came to my mind because, like, imagine if you would bet on if teams would hit certain morale stages. Or which side would win. I think that would be fascinating. feel like a lot of throwing could happen if that was started, though. Just with...
Really good.
Imagine if, let's say Regiment A plays on Union side, and they bet that they're going to lose the match. So they just purposely lose the match. Like, imagine that.
Guess not.
Obviously,
They cut their fuse.
yeah, that would be interesting. So, 21 minutes on the clock. CSA go down to breaking first. Union shortly to follow. That artillery was overshot by a little bit. And there's some more artillery getting a guy. That's about it. And the Union team that's respawning is looking towards the center road right now. Got PA and IVB there. They still don't have a... Where'd IVB's flag go? I mean, IVB's in a company on their own, so I don't know why. Unless that's their flag. But it's interesting that some I-Corps guys had it. I'm pretty sure those are I-Corps guys. 6LA doing something we saw from A and B a moment ago. Looks like they're going to scout the area, maybe pop out, get a few shots off. They got 1, 2.
Yep.
And 5th NC is going to encircle them. This is some Hoi 4 tactics here.
Behind you. Actually, just turn around and charge them.
Fuck you, Yankee!
It's not that many alpha.
And Huncho is going in without realizing that the 6LA guys are here. And those 6LA guys just kind of wiped 5th NC. And 1st Delaware is coming in here as well. They're going to clean that up. But 6LA and A and V, the rest of 6LA anyways, and 5th VA are going to engage in this. And this engagement here is perfect for Union. The tickets were even before this. Look at the tickets. In favor of Union by a large margin.
I'm about to bonk you to death.
I mean, a third of a morale stage is no tiny amount.
Keep their flag down. He's gonna go to pick it up.
Should we take those front case off?
And I don't think Union's going to try to take the point in this position. You don't want to risk losing the nice spot in the woods. A and V's actually flanking around instead of charging in like I thought they would. So it's just 2 Corps who was here, or is here. Artillery making the fence go boom. The rest of the Union team is still not fully operational. So 2 Corps holding up CSA on the fence line. A and V is taking the scenic route to get on the flank of the CSA forces here at the Dunker Church. I mean, this poor guy is probably going to die. Mr. Calamity here. Oh, maybe not. Unless Masick sees him. 2 Corps turning over to the nipple position, as they call it, with Union reinforcements rolling up behind. We'll see how long it takes for them to get up there. But A and V is going to get nice shots at CSA, who are not expecting Union to be there. And they're now realizing...
You will engage to the southwest. Banners, you will engage to the northwest.
So Union kind of hitting the CSA from multiple directions on the point right now. Tickets dropping. Looks like for the most part CSA's abandoned this area except for the artillery guys. I see 14 Tennessee there. I think their infantry is up here though. Yep. As more Union reinforcements roll up, IVB is now up at the corner as well. A and V encircling further to the right, and CSA is going to charge one of these groups out.
One guy in the case on.
I like this.
Okay, 2 guys.
Look, it's corded.
One coming in.
And 14th Tennessee is rolling in here. They're going up a little late, but it's not like this I-Corps Twin Banner Charge is that together anyways. CSA might win this, but they'll hit last stand. Is A and V doing anything on the far side? Nope, they're just sitting and shooting. At least keep the positions up on top of the hill. Some Union moving over towards the center here. PA with their flag is going up here. And A&V or PA is going to knock the CSA in the last stand. It'll be any second now. Any second now. Any second now.
Come on, babies. Come on, babies. That's how it's done. Let's go.
And look at that. Last stand for CSA. And Union's up half a morale stage. The shootouts for both of these rounds, obviously the attackers are going to have a ticket imbalance, but the shootouts have gone way in favor of the attacking team every time. So if you're CSA in this spot, the only chances you're going to win is by hitting the Union in the final push. You got to charge A and V and PA out. Sure, you're going to lose a lot of guys, but it's better than losing a slow shootout. And you can hear Honcho saying we're going to hit him on the right side. They got to go in, and I can appreciate this. A and V realizing the situation, hopping up and over the fence line so they can have at least some cover in the melee.
Run, Billy, run! Run!
A and V's not going to win this, but that's not the point.
They're going to the left. They're going left.
Billy. Oh, Honcho, you're missing the... Honcho.
Run!
Will he get out with the flag? He might get out. Yeah, he does not. So A&V gets wiped. And you got 5th VA rolling up on the artillery here. 5th New Hampshire here as well. I see 1 5th VA tag and assume as follows. Great shot from Sharp, though. He got one of the artillery guys from a long distance. So Union's trying to take the corner, or at least push up to the hill here to get some nice shots on the CSA. They will probably do that just so they don't hit final push as soon, because there's a chance Union could lose the charge, hit final push, and they'll have plenty of time still. But again, you just don't want to risk anything. But they might risk it. Union's probably going to win this. They're at like a 80-85% chance of winning this right now. So it looks like they're going to charge. Some Union going for the corner, some charging at the CSAs, charging out the 5th North Carolina, who's doing that right now. And 5th North Carolina is going to get wiped. IVB is going for the corner. They win it initially. Union is going to hit final push as the Union sweeps up the remnant of those guys who charge and are pulling up the hill. They need to be up and over the fences, the Union does, on this side of the road in order to cap it. And it looks like they're going to run through that broken fence, which is going to make it very easy for Union to get over here. Union starting to win the point as CSA charges the IVB, who's not on the point, and there's a raid in the church. The door is blown off.
Oh shit, this is awkward. Don't kill me, please. 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 Don't do it. No. 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 Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Union hits final push. That timer's at 4 minutes, but with like 10 CSA guys left, this round is basically over. Somehow the flag bearer survives all. And there he goes. So, wow. I think the CSA strategy for this round was very unique. I think Union responded as they should have. If they're going to push far up this side here, just outflank them and have engagements occur over here, which is what the Union did. And up until the ending, CSA was keeping that ticket count close. And if they could have kept that going, maybe they could have won. But I thought it was a unique strategy. It really felt like we were on Cooke's Countercharge for the first couple minutes of the game. with extended boundaries for the Union anyways. But nonetheless, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where we live stream all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. We also got our Discord and merch in the description as well, if you'd like to check us out that way. But besides that, I appreciate you all watching. It means the world. It's great to do this all the weekend. It's really fun. Could not do it without you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you in the next one. Bye.